All right, what is up, YouTube fans? It's me, Corey B. How's everybody doing today? Today we are going to be talking through why I chose to play Bant Yorion instead of maybe Esper Doom on these last weekend's tournaments, as well as just why I think it is a good deck moving forward. Plus, we're going to play some matches. So, like and subscribe the video if you like this kind of stuff. Bringing back the YouTube channel, and trying to do a bunch of different things. So, any feedback, super welcomed, good or bad. Really trying to grow this and just learn how to do different things when it comes to the YouTube and what y'all like. So your opinion is the most important one. So, all right, let's get into it. So, big picture stuff, why I chose to play Bant instead of Esper Doom. A couple reasons. So, number one, Esper Doom has become very targeted. It's become a known quantity, really. You know, when I was playing that deck a month and a half ago, it was kind of the new thing. People didn't know if it was good. My list wasn't great. And it just wasn't that popular, so it wasn't very targeted. Now it has become a little bit more of a target on its back. And one thing I have always said about Esper Doom is it always plays in one way. You don't really have any of this wiggle room when it comes to that deck because you have to play so many enchantments. You have to play the battlefield so much. And when you start to add in a bunch of sorceries and instants and stuff and just spells in general, it takes away from the general game plan / power of the deck. And that's what Esper has become to me. Like, you see so many removal spells just to keep up with Gruul that it's not doing the Esper Doom game plan as well as it could be. So that just leads me to believe that it's not a correct place in the metagame right now. And stats have been starting to actually prove it that that's kind of true. So I decided to think outside of the box and just think what could be good against number one Gruul, still have game against rogues, and just be able to beat just random stuff. So naturally we have to have a proactive game plan. We have to be powerful, and you have to beat Gruul. Gruul is the number one deck right now. There's starting to be a bit of a dynamic shift, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And the one thing I noticed is the green-white Yorion deck that Matt Nass and Jacob Wilson played in their MPL / Rivals split did really well against Gruul and was just very good. But I played it a little bit and I was just always missing just ways to go long. You know, like you played your game plan and then you had the Trail of Crumbs game, which of course is the best long game, but it wasn't good on turn 2. It didn't draw you a card right away. And basically I was just missing Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea I thought was just one of the best cards in blue for Yorion decks. I mean, besides Yorion if you count that. But other than that, I wasn't high on much of the other blue cards. Now you see Dream Trawler, and then we have some counter spells on the board. Those are all of the cards I was really high on. Mimic came to me as we started to play that it is a nice little random tool that you can have, and completely fine playing a decent amount of them because they do combo pretty decently with Yorion, as well as you can find them with Vivien and stuff like that. So I'm liking Mimic, but I could see going down to 2 because it hasn't been over the moon insane or anything. So my whole philosophy was to just essentially combine Azorius Yorion and Celestia Yorion. And when it came to that, I was just like, okay, why do I want to do this? And mainly it's because of Ramp. Ramp gives you a lot of game against every matchup. And on the play against Gruul, it's still completely fine as well, but Ramp isn't necessarily what gets you there with Gruul. What gets you there with Gruul is Wicked Wolf. Wicked Wolf is by far the best card against these Gruul decks, and I realized that not a lot of these Gruul decks were playing Gemrazor anymore, which Gemrazor was basically the card that was shutting down Esper Doom, but since the Esper Doom decks were leaning more towards spells and removals instead of enchantment-based removals, they have kind of stopped playing that card. So I decided Banishing Light was actually just in a phenomenal place right now, and I can even see going back up to 4. I had it at 4, I lowered it, just because when it's not good, it's really not good. But I think 3 is a pretty safe number, just being that it can hit the Great Henge, it can hit Vivien's, it can hit, the early creatures and stuff like that too. So a nice well-rounded card where you don't have to wait to 5 mana to play ECD to be able to deal with those sticky to deal with threats. So that's the whole big picture of why I played this deck. And now you noticed I mentioned Gruul a lot because this is a metagame deck when it comes to Gruul being either the most popular or still being played quite a bit. Other aggro decks, you know, the food decks, this is good against as well. Any really aggro deck. The thing that I have sacrificed when it came to Esper Doom compared to Bant Yorion is the Rogues matchup. Normally the Rogues matchup with Lurrus, still not afraid of that one because they play so many creatures and we have so much removal that we're not that afraid of them. It's these new Zera Sands, more spell-based Rogues deck that I am a little bit more afraid of, and they do give me a bit more of a difficult time. So if that deck becomes, you know, the #1 played deck, which, you know, it's possible. I've been seeing trends where this deck is doing well, but not insane, so I don't expect it to be the #1 deck now. So I'm still very confident in saying Bant Yorion is, in my opinion, the best deck right now. I think it's very, very strong. It goes the long game, and that doesn't mean you can't win against these rogue decks, because you still have Trail of Crumbs, probably the best card for these Dimir decks or Dimir Control or Rogues decks, just getting that value over and over and over again. And then plus you just have haymakers at the top end to try to lock up a game. So it's not unwinnable, but if that does become the #1 deck, it's a little bit of a problem. I've actually added Giant Killers to the main and the board to deal with Zera Sands when they return it, hit them with the Giant Killer, hit them with the Stomp, or sorry, whatever this is, Chop Down. And it's also good against Gruul and stuff. So we're going to find some more copies of that in the sideboard here. But that's the reason why I like this deck. I played it in these last 2 tournaments this weekend, the F2K Invitational. Didn't do great. I went 3-3 in that. My list wasn't completely tuned, and then I took second in the Bash Bros podcast patron event, losing to Gruul when I beat that person in the Swiss. Close matches, but I do feel favored in the matchup overall. Just got beat there at the end. So still very much recommend this deck. Let's talk about the sideboard a little bit here. I made some changes. I added more Giant Killers. I think this card is really good right now because it's also good against the rogue decks that have sharks, the non-Lurrus rogues decks. You still want chop downs for Zera Sand and giant sharks. That's just how they kill you. So I'm never really getting milled out anymore with this deck because you have enough removal for the crab and all the little rogues that it's not that big of a deal. Negates and Mystical Disputes for any control matchup. Esper Doom Foretold Rogues, very good cards against them. And then Shatter and Elder Gargaroth for Gruul, other creature-based decks. Shatter of the Sky is a nice one, especially because it combos very well with Wicked Wolf. Being able to survive your Shatter while destroying everything of theirs, and you get to draw a card because naturally if it survives, you sack to food, and then it becomes a 4/4. So really nice interaction there, and the plan of just bringing in Giant Killer, Shatter the Sky, and Gargaroth against Gruul, I've had a very high win percentage against them, and I really like it moving forward. So that's the big picture stuff of the deck. Now let's play some matches. Let's play some matches and test this out. Walk y'all through a little gameplay here. And it's just a really fun deck. It's a really fun deck. It's really enjoyable right now. And I couldn't recommend it anymore. So let's do some battling. Drink some coffee and beat some people up. I would love to play first. Okay. Yep, this seems fine. Definitely going to keep. The only thing I'm questioning is what we want to start with. And I don't think Goose on turn 1 is super necessary right now. I would rather get my Temples in play. So we're going to start with Temple and we'll do a turn 2 Goose here. Don't need a land just yet. We got enough to, you know, survive for now. Don't want to get flooded if we have some lands underneath it. Red. Fervent Champion. Oh, a little punish for not playing the Goose. Alright, so now we'll go with Gilded Goose. Only punished by taking 1 extra damage, but completely fine. Trail of Crumbs. An excellent card, but it is pretty slow against a red deck, so I think we can do better here. Maybe not, because like Wicked Wolf next turn and then playing Trail of Crumbs into one of our 3-drops is just very good. Plus it gains some life later. I'm going to change my mind and I'm actually going to keep this one. Probably not playing it next turn. And if they destroy our Goose, we get a little punished here, but we can still go 3-drop into 3-drop to maintain their, or control their battlefield a little bit. Okay, a good old Stomperoo here. Now, Now the question of Trail of Crumbs or one of our 3-drops. This 1 damage is not that big of a deal right now. So I guess I kind of don't mind getting this down. Alright, so we need the 2nd green for sure. Yeah, let's get this down. We're okay taking 1. We'll leave our removal spells for like Annex and Torbrand. Those are the big ones. Bone Crusher. Okay, Cultivate, a great one, but do we have time to just ramp this turn? I don't think so. So I'm going to Banishing Light this Bone Crusher. Getting pretty punished for keeping this Trail of Crumbs now. With losing the Goose. Is it Torby time? Annex, okay. Another card we desperately want to kill. We're going to kill it, but now we're faced with the awkward situation. We're really hoping they don't have a shock, first of all. And now if we don't get a land, we have to take a turn off to Cultivate, and that's bad news for us. So keeping this trail could have really punished us. That's pretty strong. Robert. Now, do we want to block it all? And probably not, unless they hit something really good off Robert. That is pretty good. And they just have the removal. Okay, okay, okay. Now we need a land or we're just dead. You know, plain and simple here, unfortunately. Okay. Oh no, it's so punished. Yeah, because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, we're just dead. I guess we can sack a food. Try to get a land this way. Still probably dead, right? 13, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4. Yeah, exactly. All right, all right. Super punished. We don't know if we would have even hit a land, but keeping the Trail of Crumbs, I think, was a mistake. But, oh well, what can you do? All right, so we're bringing some Gargaros. We're bringing some Shatters. Now, the cards I usually don't like whenever I think that it's pretty unrealistic that I'm going to get a Charming Prince loop, which this is one of those matchups. Anything aggressive, basically. So, Gruul, mono red, mono green beatdowns, where the loop is probably not going to be present. Like mono green food, I do think it's possible to get the loop and make it be pretty good. So I like to take out the Charming Prince. I don't think Giant Killer is too good against mono red. And then I usually take out the Viviens. They can be very strong cards, but without the loop, it is less strong. And now Dream Trawler is a little clunky, but on the play, it can just absolutely end the game. I could see, on the draw, we're going to take out Cultivate. On the play, I guess we can do that as well. Let's take out a Cultivate and 1 Dream Trawler. The Gargaroth is really how we win. And Elspeth Conquers Death, I guess, is kind of awkward as well at some points. Yeah, they do have enough spells. Let's take out 1 Dream Trawler. Let's go like this. All right. Try not to get beat too badly here on our show-off video. All right, I'd love to go first. Yeah, this sounds great. I will keep. Got the nice draw of Goose into Trail of Crumbs to just get a good amount of value rolling. Unless they kill this, of course. I'll block. Okay, yep. Let's just get Trail. This is like the best start you can have with this deck. Trail into Goose. Just get that value from Trail of Crumbs right away. All right. Now, let's pay 1. Now, another trail or a land. Probably a land. A tap land's pretty awkward here because we do want to cast one of our 3-drops next turn. That being said, we just drew a play that we could make here if we want. I don't think I really do, though. I think I would rather just sack a food to try to get Just something. We need a blue land. I don't really want to Skyclave this quite yet. So yeah, we're going to do that. Say go. And then if they play like Bone Crusher, then we could just like Shatter if we drew a land. Deals combat damage to a player. Okay. That's pretty scary. Oh, okay. Alright, we can just, you know, Wrath that away, so that's not the biggest deal. Okay, now to get blue mana to help out for Dream Trawler. Do we think we're going to Wrath next turn as the main thing? And I don't think we necessarily have to. I wouldn't mind Skyclaving that Robber and then Shattering after that. So let's do that. We'll take this land. Dream Trawler on turn 6 here, if we can get that going, should be good enough. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, let's go like this on the Relic Robber. Honestly, with the anticipation that they're probably going to kill it, and then we Wrath, because it's a 3/3. Now this isn't blue for our Dream Trawler, so I don't think we want it. It would allow Yorion, but not necessarily what we need here. We could attack. It's weird that you can attack with this 0-1. I mean, I'll block. Okay. Now to play Bone Crusher or that. Okay, so they get to draw a card, unfortunately, but that's okay. Shatter. Alright, then we'll go like this. Another Aspirant. Not a bad card to have. I think it's reasonable. Next turn we have Aspirant plus Glass Casket. Dang it. That's pretty strong. Alright, we do not have that now. And we want to make sure we kill these rogues. Dream Trawler's also pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Dream Trawler, please. Hello. Can do some cleanup with these Glass Caskets later. Now they could have Embercleave though, which makes me not want to block. Dang it. Wicked Wolf, huh? ECD. Wow. Okay, well, maybe I have to block now? So, if we block and they do have Embercleave, that pretty much takes up their whole turn. We actually gain some life off that. I think I'm going to take it. Embercleave me. Kind of awkward if they ECD me now, but... They got the goods up there, that's for sure. Yeah, it's interesting there because they can Embercleave and then just play Rimrock and kind of try to race it. Not a bad idea. Or just play some of the free spells here. That's probably better. Yep. Yep, I think I'm fine with that. Okay, not a bad draw. We're definitely going to attack. Okay. Well, I can just play another Dream Trawler with Mimic and Glass Casket something. Does not seem bad. And then play Goose as well. Or Goose plus Yorion, and then I have a Dream Trawler untapped. That seems worse to me. Because attacking with these three, Ember Cleaving, we got to assume they have Ember Cleave. So 6 mana. If they play a land, that is... They could Ember Cleave plus Castle. So what does that look like? That makes this 10 power. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have a Dream Trawler to block. We could block this. And then we gain the life. Yeah, okay, so we don't die to it, so I think it's a safe play. Three mana Dream Trawler, hello. And get this robber, and then say go. Now we'll do some blocking with this one, since we got a spare. Okay. So that is what I think they're planning. So if they go Ember Cleave plus that, I want to block this here. So what if I do that as my only block? They could Ember Cleave Wicked Wolf plus Castle. That's 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 I take, but then gain 3. So I take 10. What if they have Rimrock instead plus Ember Cleave? Ember Cleave plus Rimrock. That is 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, but then I still gain 3. So what if they Ember Cleave plus Rimrock on Robber? That is 3, 4, 5, kills Dream Trawler. Then I take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't think I can die either way, so I guess we'll go like this. The real question is, do I... Yeah, okay. All right, we're just going to go like this. I think this is safe. Watch us die to something we didn't anticipate here, but... Okay, we figured that. Okay, I was like, if it goes to Wicked Wolf, I feel real scared. Now to Castle or cast Skyclave. Okay, first strike. Regular combat damage. Not a bad turnout there. And then a Skyclave. Yep, not a bad. I like our play there better than Yorion. I think this ended pretty well. I'll get that back. Okay. I'm not actually sure how this works. If I Glass Casket my creature and then Yorion it, I think I get it back. This is where I'd call a judge, needless to say. Okay, I'd like to attack for 5. I know we're going to get a 2-2. Okay. Let's take this. We're going to run it. We're going to run it. Worst case, it doesn't exile anything of ours if it goes back to them. That's kind of what I thought. Okay. Yeah, let's take Rimrock Knight. And let's take Robber. Yep, that was a turn. That was a turn. Your go. And head explosion in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, alright. I'm going to shrink myself a little bit. Sorry if I was too large for that video. Okay, now on the draw. Just really quick stuff. We could just have Charming Prince just as a blocker. I kind of don't mind that. Dream Trawler was excellent there, so maybe we want another one. I think I want to take some Cultivates. I just want to take all the Cultivates out on the draw. We just never have time for that game plan. And we barely have time for like Omen, so I think it's definitely right to take those out. And we'll give this a shot. Alright, game number 3 here against Mono Red. With the best deck in Standard. No biased at all here. Opponent kept. I think we can keep this. It's a little land heavy, but Glass Casket is probably the most important thing to have. Just 2 mana interaction. We do need second green for Wicked Wolf, so I guess that's kind of a brutal, but there we go. That was excellent. Yeah, we'll lean with Goose. It can block. Okay. I'm gonna want to break that up. Definitely gonna want to break that up. That's too strong. Okay, now hopefully the Goose doesn't die and we can Wicked Wolf. And then I feel pretty good, but if it dies, I feel pretty bad. Okay. I will block. Wow, okay. That's going to be a big game if we can get there. I think we have to present something here, though. Alright, let's kill this. Now we're really afraid of Embercleave. Deathly afraid of Embercleave, actually. Uh-oh. Or Torby. Or good old Torby. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think I can block. Ouch. That's probably going to be too much. We're going to try to fight the good fight, but that's probably going to be too much. Yeah, basically any follow-up here, and we're in trouble. Okay, let's go here and here. Let's make a food. Sacrifice this. Yikes. Another Annex, huh? Okay. At least they're out of gas, but yeah, that's so many satyrs. Well, I mean, Gargaroth is definitely our best play, but is it enough? Block 1, block 2, gain 3. So take 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're dead. Block, block. 5, 6. We're taking 7, but we're gaining 3. Oh, no! What about Wicked Wolf? Wicked Wolf killing one of these, blocking these 2. Still taking 6. Yep. We are dead. Lame. Lame. Well, they had a pretty nice draw. Just 4 mana, empty your hand, and we stumbled a little bit that game 3. Not much you can do there. Let's play one more, though. Play one more. Hopefully we can end on a W. Alright. Yeah, mono red can just get you, you know? They won the die roll. And just got us. And just got us. These are hyper-aggressive Robber of the Rich versions, I think, are slightly better against us because they just don't give us too much wiggle room. But I do think if we were on the play that game, we would have won. So, hard to tell. Hard to tell. Alright, let's get some redemption here. Redemption! Grantbot, grant us with a win. Gotta love some Saheeli action. Alright, I'd love to play first. Ouch. No lands. Okay, I guess we can keep this. Yeah, I think we'll just put Dream Trawler back. We're pretty far away from that. Alright, looks like they kept theirs. We don't know if that's even going to be good against them yet, so we're not going to keep it. Plus, we need lands. We'd really like a land on the top. Dang it. Okay, well, I think we just got to get blue here. See, here it's just so risky getting anything. I think we're just going to play it safe. Play this. If anything, if they play a creature, we still have Glass Casket. We don't have the option to Banishing Light. All right, this looks like Gruul. I'm happy about that, because we have been saying how we should have a good Gruul matchup, and let's hopefully try to prove it. Okay, that was a nice draw. All right. A blue temple. I think we can keep this. So we'll probably Banishing Light next turn, maybe Wicked Wolf. But more than likely Banishing Light. Any of the 3-drops, since we don't have a food, we cannot just fight straight up, either Lovestruck or Mammoth. So we'll have to Banishing Light. Now the key against Gruul here is to just make sure everything stays off the battlefield. It seems really basic, but just whenever they could untap and play a Great Henge, stop them from doing that. That's the #1 plan. And they could Great Henge next turn if we don't deal with this. So let's definitely deal with it. Okay. A Yorion. Yorion's not insane right now, but it's not terrible. Giving them back stuff, not really what I want to be doing. If we had some more value to go with this, I would say we for sure keep it. I'm still considering it, but... Nah, ugh. I'm gonna go with a close no. It pains me to put a Yorion at the bottom, I must say. Innkeeper, okay. We like that since we have a Wicked Wolf. So we are going to probably run the foul of letting them untap and Great Henge next turn, because I really do want to kill Innkeeper. Plus I want to get a permanent on the battlefield to maybe pressure a Vivien if they were to have it. So we're going to say go. Next turn we could Cultivate plus Banishing Light, whatever they try to go for. And maybe just block. You know, we'll see what they do, but if they go land 5 and attack, I don't think we can. There is the Great Henge. Hopefully they don't have a follow-up. They have a follow-up. Okay, at least it's not the worst. We can deal with that. I do kind of think I want to block, but that does give them a lot of food. Yeah, we're going to block. Okay. We'll go with an island here to make sure we can cast Dream Trawler. Now, we're pretty scripted turn. Let's get a forest and a plains. Doesn't matter the order. Play the other one. And Banishing Light that Great Henge. Now, if they do have the Gem Razor version, like I was saying in my intro, that's scary because it's going to absolutely blow us out here. But most of them haven't been playing that. But if that does change, it becomes a lot worse. What you got? What you got? What you got? Only 2 green, though, so they can't, you know, supercharge this. But still very good, of course. And if we get a land, we can play Yorion. Not a ton we really want to give them back here, but we would trade this casket for a giant ooze, for instance. The beats. Okay. Ouch. Well, we really don't have a choice. Now the real question is, what do we want to give them back? We could take Embercleave and give them the 2 creatures. Doesn't feel great, but I think it's better. Yikes. Alright. So let's take the Embercleave and then let's casket the ooze. And hope for the best. Even a Fabled Passage here and we're just so dead. We're in a Crowan War. There's a lot that kills us, and they did not play a land, so... Questing Beast is quite strong as well. Yeah, I think I have to block that. Ugh. Giant Killer, huh? I don't think that's good enough. I think we'll be losing this game. Yep. Okay. A Scoozy Scoos. Yep, that won't do it. All right, on to the next game. Sideboarding does get a lot better for us. We got Gargaros, Shatters, and Giant Killers for Charming Prince, Vivien's, and actually Dream Trawler. Dream Trawler they can just trample right over, so it's not that strong against them. Omen of the Sun is also not great. And on the play, I have so much removal that I have to take some out, and Skyclave Apparition can be a liability sometimes. So I've been trimming on that whenever I'm, need a couple more slots to take out in those regards. All right, game number 2. Game number 2 coming in. Do 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 do. All right, let's do this. Against good old Gruul, very popular deck right now, of course. Yeah, this is fine. We got a good amount of removal. We will say go. Innkeeper. Definitely want to deal with that. Innkeeper is very strong. Another Innkeeper, okay. Well, now the question is, do we think we're going to need to use Chop Down? And I kind of think we will. Because they're probably going to play an adventure creature. That's pretty obvious. But might not be the worst. No, I think we want to do that. Just because we want to Wicked Wolf this next turn. And then we don't want them to untap and cast Great Henge. So yeah, this is it's going to work out decent for us, of course. All right, let's kill that. Okay. Now let's Wicked Wolf this Innkeeper. Now we got a nice ECD for whatever they play. Mammoth. Looks like a juicy ECD target to me. Now we don't have the food to kind of combo with this. The only foul we're running here is if we do... If they do just cast like a Vivien, and then we don't have Yorion to blink it, it gets to be a lot worse. So there might be some thought in just taking one hit, maybe even blocking, and then just bringing Yorion to our hand, so then we can kind of do the double ECD thing. I kind of like that. Now we'll just say go. Kind of just taking a hit this turn. Maybe chump block. Now let's see how bad it's going to be. This is their big turn. That's big. Any follow-up? I'll take it. Another mammoth. Okay. Quite strong. Punish there by if we would have ECD'd this, this wouldn't be in play, and then we would have just drawn Yorion, so that one really sucks. Now we could Yorion here. Glass Casket this, fight, but I think we want to just save that for next turn. So let's hit this. And now next turn we're just going to have a good Yorion turn, so I don't really want to block with Wicked Wolf, but I will block with Giant Killer. And then if their battlefield gets out of hand, we of course have the Shatter. Okay. I'm definitely afraid of Embercleave. Okay. It might just be a block turn and Wrath them. Do I die to Embercleave anyways? 7, 14, minus 3, 11, 16. Yeah, I die to it anyways. So I might as well just try to save some face here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just shatter a clock, I imagine. Not the best Yorion turn that we got there, so our plan kind of backfired, unfortunately. Okay, let's see if we're just dead. Okay, not just dead, that's good. I guess they couldn't have Embercleave there. So they were under the tax. Alright, so now we'll get Wicked Wolf. +1/+1 counter. Fight this. And now I think we'll just Yorion. And we can actually do a nice little trick here with the Glass Casket. Kind of free up the casket, essentially. Take them both. Give them Innkeeper back for a split second. Okay, now we do, so we want to stack this correctly because both of them will target it. So you want to put the casket in the back. Then just in case they were to do something that stops this from dying. Oh, that's kind of cute. But it's not going at her face, so that's good. Okay. That's scary. So we basically have to ECD that. What are they looking to get? A skews? Okay. Well, I do want to kill this. Then we have the 2 removal spells to kill these 2. But I think we're probably going to lose to a top deck. Lose to a top deck questing beast. I don't know if we have an option to not do that. I don't think so. So let's go like this on... Ooh, wait a minute. We could do this on the Bone Crusher and then Giant Killer the Ooze. Alright, I like that. Then we don't take that extra 2 damage. Alright, let's try this. Yep. If they do 3, that's what we don't want, but... They fell for it. It was too tempting to go to 4, because then they'd win. Way too tempting. So now we do just run the foul of the fact that we kind of have to play around a questing beast for this entire time, which sucks because then we're not getting too aggressive. And don't even have blue, so if we were to draw blue... Okay. Doesn't help. We could just play this and say go. And next turn we can tap it down. Next turn we could tap 1 down. That's the safest play. And it's probably correct. Alright. It's the boring play, but I don't want to just lose to a QB. One top. Okay. Scary. Okay. Coming in with this. And we'll just say go. Handful of removal. Okay. Can probably attack with both now. Nah, because we could die to Brushfire Elemental plus Land plus Fabled Passage. Another Glass Casket we don't really need, so we'll just say go. What did they keep on top? That makes sense. Not that big of a deal, though. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go just Yorion here, just to keep our clock going. Submit 0, say go. Okay. We're just going to play that as a land since we don't have any blue. And just say go. Okay. Scary. Okay. Can't do anything about this right now. Oh god, this is gonna be so hilarious. The chop down gets them again. If they just didn't play a land, they won the game on the spot. Nice. Chop down. Got him. Okay, now... We'd still lose to a questing beast here. Even if we played this. But I think it's worth it. I'm going to go for it this time. If it's questing beast, that's just a tilt. But we're going to play this. Now we're presenting a win next turn. Fingers crossed. Oh my god. I was like, no, no. Okay. So, we cannot win now. That was a good draw because they do... I mean, I can tap this and then attack with both. Then if they just draw a creature, we die, so that seems bad. I guess I'll just attack with Yorion. We'll cultivate. We'll definitely want blue. We'll just get double blue. And we'll say go. Smashing. Okay. Pretty good, but not the absolute worst. I guess none of this deals with this token, huh? We'll still bring back Yorion. +1/+1 counter. Just exile this. We'll attack. Force that. Then we'll just say go, because this casket takes the Lovestruck Beast. Alright, die already. Die. Okay. Alright, going to game 3 again here. Now, any changes we want to make on the draw? Not really. God, our giant killers were excellent there, though, I must say. Yeah, we'll just run it back. I like the sideboard plan quite a bit. All right, let's try to take this one down. Bam, 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 bam. All right, let's do this. Game 3 against Gruul. Still one of the most powerful decks in Standard, if not the. Let's give us a good one. Okay, this hand seems perfectly reasonable. Our opponent kept as well. We do need a second land, or a second untap land, if we want to be on time. Another Innkeeper. Ooh. So we could just start with this now. Kind of like that. And a Wicked Wolf. Is that too slow? I think we unfortunately need lands just in case they kill the goose, which they usually do. Okay. Okay, they don't have Lovestruck Beast then. So let's go like this. I like that. Our whole plan is to just hustle out to Gargaroth here, and we are able to do that. Okay. Can't block that. Now the question is, do we want to just deal with this? They clearly don't have any adventure creatures, so I don't think I should care about this. Giant Killer for a questing beast they could play is reasonable. But I think we just Glass Casket and hope we can Gargaroth next turn and hope that's good enough. And we do have the ability to Omen if they go to kill our Goose. But I don't want to just Omen, Okay. I do want to chop this down. Especially since they only have 3 cards and Gargaroth doesn't block it very well. We could also Yorion. If I do plan to chop it down, it's not bad to just Omen here. Alright, I'm in. Banishing Light I'll keep as well. I actually think I want to keep both of these. It guarantees the 5-drop as well as another removal spell. Alright. And you want to do it now so they can't Great Henge. Don't need another land though. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, they do not have an adventure creature here, but if they get one, it's going to be scary. So let's go with Gargaroth and start going to work. Okay. We do have the answer to that, luckily. Thank God we left that Banishing Light on top. So let's start with this. Get our Gargaroth back. Unfortunately, we can't attack with it. Alright, now we'll Omen. I'm going to keep this as well, just in case they have another one. And we'll play this Giant Killer. And now, if they don't have it this time, it's going to be quite strong. No attacks. Yikes. Now we got to try to close this game quickly, because this is going to get out of hand. Okay. If we want to close it quickly, we should probably just attack and make a beast. I don't know how great that is, but it's not bad. I want to play Yorion. Alright. We'll attack and make a beast. Question is, do we want to give them any of this back? Probably not. I think we just let them go off, essentially. Yeah, I think Brushfire Elemental is just as scary right now. If not scarier. And we definitely don't want to give him the Akroan War back. Let's blink out this, this. Yeah, I think that's all we can afford to do. Alright. A Wicked Wolf, I'll take that. Next turn we can go Wicked Wolf plus Skyclave. That's got to be pretty good. No to Cultivate. Another Goose. Nah, probably not. We'll ditch both those. And hope for the best. Huge turn right here. This turn's pretty much going to dictate it. Uh-oh. Oh my god. I'm scared. Is this supposed to just be a giant, or a cheap henge, or is this a giant Embercleave? Oh, it's just attacking with one of these? I mean, they can't Embercleave me, right? So, I mean, I could still just double block like this, right? I don't mind that. Alright. Okay, that was great. Yeah, sure. Alright, I feel great about this game now. So we can go Apparition, Casket with help from our Goose. I like that, so let's do that. Let's start with this. On the Mammoth. Nice! Okay, alright. I'm glad we didn't get just 2-0 when we're trying to talk about our sweet decks, so... Alright everybody, that's Bant Yorion. I hope you really like it. Let me know how you like this style of YouTube content, as well as any questions about the deck, anything like that. And then please subscribe, share the video if you liked it. And I appreciate it so much. We'll see you for our next video. Bye-bye.